very much. We're expecting Dr. Taylor to call in, and right now we're going to hear from Professor Suleyman Kaplan, who is going to present some important work. And I want to introduce Dr. Kaplan and explain that he's graciously hosted me and Lloyd Morgan at his centers in Samsun, Turkey, and he is a leader there of the Stereological Society. And stereology is a fascinating study. It applies the techniques of physics and imaging in order to locate where cells are and uses three-dimensional imaging at a level of precision that didn't exist even 15 years ago in order to see the number of cells that exist and how they are located relative to one another. And it's a very interesting technique that he is one of the pioneers in, and he is president of the Stereological Society of Turkey, and he trains scientists around the world. People come from Oxford, they come from Sweden, they come from around the world to learn in his laboratory how to do this. And I was privileged to spend some time visiting there with my dear colleague Lloyd Morgan, and we saw the very impressive team of young researchers whom he is training, and participated in a meeting with others. So I really am very grateful to have Professor Kaplan here with us today.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the invitation. I would like to express my sincere thanks to the Dr. Devra Davis and her colleagues. It's a pleasure to be in here. I will share some information about the experimental study or results. Rapid advances in technology gives increased exposure to radio frequency, microwave radiation from the mobile phone and the other devices. You know, each device is exposed to our body a different way. And the World Health Organization in 2011 concluded that electromagnetic fields from the cell phone and other devices is a possible carcinogen and the same category as lead, DDT, and the jet fuel. In the past few years, there has been an exponential growth in exposure to mobile phone and the other microwave radiation from many different digital devices. More people have cell phones than have toilets in the world today. It's really, in my house we have 5 persons, and then we have 3 toilets and 4 cell phones. Okay. Microwave radiation from the phones affects the brain structure and the function. Studies with the animal and the human cells have indicated that even low frequencies can alter the activity of central nervous system and also peripheral nervous system. The aim of all studies was to investigate effects of the 9 megahertz EMF exposure on the rat brain. As you know, rats are born 21 days after the fertilization. I will show you some of our experiment that was published in Brain Research, and then 3 of them published in that journal, 1 in another journal. Our main questions to ask the weather, after the cell phone radiation, what happened to the brain of the animal, especially prenatal exposure, and our investigation has been made after the postnatal life at the 4th week of their life. For the evaluation of the cells, we used precisely techniques to count cell number. You know, if you look at this picture, you can see 3 particles. because of you see in 3D. But if you cut this particle, you will see more than 3 profile of this particle. We generally use the sections. If you take the section from the tissue, and then you will see like this one. How can we count precisely the number of cells in any region? And then if you use the serological techniques, that means you can count the number of cells, number of items in that region. In this example, if you count only the tip of the particle, and then you can count only 3 particles. As you see in here, the tip of the particle in here, this is in here, this is in here. And then our approach is in 3D. If you cut and take some sections, and then you will see in the 2D, if you evaluate the section in 2D, your result might be based. And then if your result is based, that means your comment not be correct about the tissue. That means if you use some techniques, especially image this tissue cubes, if you use think about this, there is no total number of the particle change after the application of any substance. And then in this slide, please think about this tissue. There is no total number of the particle change in both of 3 of them, but this lost the water and then shrinkage this organ. If organ received more water, and then this is the swelling, the organ, and then if you take a unit of the tissue cubes, you say, okay, this is in this experiment, this application, many of the cells is decreased. As you see, you just count only 3 particles in 1 unit cube, but in other cube, you will count 13. In the real situation, there is no change the total number of the cells. But if your comment based on this unit volume, your comment might be incorrect for application. Our experiment is design is shown in these pictures, as you see in here, and then after the analyzing the whole section, we take one brain each from the animal, and then we take at least 20 sections systematically random manner. That means they should be sample the whole brain, and then if you see each section, it's clear everything. But I will show also the total number estimation of the total number of the cells. This is the very healthy cells and the round cells. There is no exposure in these pictures. If you look at these pictures, the shape of the cells is very, very dark. That means dark cells. That means these cells will be dead. There is no function about these cells. And then the magnified picture can be seen in this picture also. This is a high magnification. This is the high magnification of non-exposed animal. This is the exposed animal. The other side, we count the total number of cells in the hippocampal region, brain region, and then, as you've seen, the control group have more cells than the EMF exposure groups. That means prenatal exposure decreased the cell number in the brain substantially. Okay, we have another experiment. It was published in the same journal, and then we analyzed another brain region. As you've seen here, the hippocampus is a well-known region of the brain, a part of the brain that controls the thinking and the memory. This is the control group. This is the shame group. This is the exposed group. if you compare the picture, you see low cell density in the bottom pictures. This is the only picture, but our biological comment does not based on the picture, based on the estimation of the cell number. If you look at this picture, these figures, you can see the control group have more cells than the EMF group. That means prenatal exposure decreased the cell number significantly. And this is another study. And then we wonder about exposure during the adult life. Both studies belong to the prenatal exposure. This study is postnatal. We use the adult female animal, and then this animal received 4-week, 1 hour per day EMF exposure. And then the picture of our manuscript was selected as a cover picture of this issue of brain research. You can see the simple, we have 3 groups: control, sham group, and the exposure group. If you count the total number of the cells in the cerebellum of this animal, you can see the significant reduction of the purkinje cell in the cerebellum. Okay, we have a one-day symposium in the Samsun. I would like to thanks to Devra and Lloyd come to my city, and then we met with the mayor of the city and also governor of the Samsun, and then all of them very pleased to see Devra and her groups, and then we prepared the precautions of the in English from the Turkish, as you see in here. Okay, this is the caution about the cell phone. This is the mayor of the city. I hope he will be selected in the next time. We will invite Devra Davis the second time, his group. Thank you very much. Okay, this is our Samsung.